Emotional consideration paid for by the following. The Ohio Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, Scott M. Gray, D.C., across from the Marion Center between TSC and Kroger. For further information, dial 740-386-6580. Also located on the net at goodbackbadback.com. Dryce Roofing and Contracting, LLC, located at 370 East Church Street, right here in Marion. For more information, call 740-751-9516. Specializing in roofing, siding, decks, garages, windows, pole buildings, and complete homes. For more information, again, call Dan Rice, 740-751-9516.
Hey, we're on Friday, and you would not believe what's been going on during the break. Dooley the Clown has gotten crazy since Wednesday, and he has turned Martha Dowse in. Now get ready. Here we go, the great unveiling of Martha Dowse. Holy mackerel.
I'm the queen of dance.
Is this a crown, Martha?
It sure is.
How does that feel on your head?
Wonderful. I want to keep it for the next day's Friday.
It might last.
I don't know if this will fit in your car, Martha. I don't know if you'll get in. Look at Marianne down there. Marianne Michaels has got zoom in on that. What a beautiful. Dooley's got a. And look at Dooley. He's creating things at this point. What is that you got there? What are you working on, Dooley?
It's a feather and a crown.
A feather and a crown for Charlie.
Charlie Evers, you
Holy
know.
mackerel.
Maybe we should put it in front.
Oh, that's neat.
Look at
Really
that,
like
Charlie.
it, Charlie.
And you thought shaved heads were a problem.
Yeah,
Now we're getting all kinds of things here on the Thursday episode of The Exchange. Boy, you just can't even know the fun we're having here today. We're going to talk current events today. We're going to go back to the Popcorn Festival and relive a few moments. We've got all kinds of stuff to do. But before we do any of that, we're going to head on over to... Keep going, Dooley. We're going to head over to Charlie Evers for Fascinating Facts.
yeah. This fact isn't very fascinating. I wanted to talk about grass seed today, of all things. You know, there's so many different grasses out on the market. There's some that grow rapidly. Others takes forever to germinate. But I found that when you buy a bag of this grass seed already in a mixture with fertilizer and everything, and you throw it on the ground and water it, boy, that grass pops right up and stays. Isn't that interesting?
I'm sorry, this is the darndest thing you'll ever see on television. I have never, in all my life, seen...
Man.
Oh, look,
Oh,
John,
no,
look
here we
what
go.
you're getting.
Oh, boy, what is this?
That's the king.
That looks good, doesn't it?
If these go off, one of us will be the king of pop.
I know. Marianne, tell me about words. Were you done, Charlie? Grass seed.
Grass seed.
There you
Make
go.
sure you get some.
Marianne, words of wisdom today.
Well, remember, this is Give It Your Best, and this is from a American business magnate. His name is Gustavus F. Swift, and this is what he says. Don't let the best you have done so far be the standard for the rest of your life.
Oh. Well, now, as you know, we're going to head to the Marion Popcorn Festival, which took place a few weeks ago. You know, I won an AP award at one point, and now here I am. This is what I've been reduced to. This is where I am now. We're going to go back to the Marion Popcorn Festival just a few weeks ago. Martha Dowse was the Grand Marshal, and on Saturday night, we took a little handheld camcorder up to the Midway as Martha decided she was going to go out and enjoy her fun. We're going to take a look at that, be back with more.
Are you going to show that?
Exchange here with Martha. Start over. Scott Spears hosted the exchange here with 2011 Corn Festival Grand Marshal Martha Douse-Manesi. Still on the go Saturday nights on the street of the Popcorn Festival. Martha, you were teaching somebody to dance in the alley back there.
I taught the Cupid Shuffle. That's the easiest country line dance that was ever invented. C-U-P-I-D-S. And Sean learned it.
And tonight we're going to get down. We're going to go to the booths over here, talk to the Republicans, see what we can find in the food department. You think as the Grand Marshal you qualify for any free food, Martha?
I ate supper.
Oh, you already had supper.
Ella told me to get the oven and I fixed the supper. I'm not hungry.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can find. It's always great to be with this lady, the legend.
Look here.
Look at this shirt. Douse Dance Studio. I have this stuff myself.
Strolling through Central Park.
The Queen and Us tonight, out on the town. Back with more later on. Oh, and then you do the 14th. Big night, Martha.
Isn't that easy?
I think I can catch on, Martha. Thank you for teaching me, honey.
I want you to know the dance.
All right, I'll do that. Me and you both. Put you down.
I'm going to be with you.
All right.
Well, I wish I had my checkbook here.
It's a beautiful stand, that's for sure. February the 4th.
I'm going to write you a check out for $1.04.
Oh,
Here's $2.20.
that's right.
You got to get this amount because I need it.
I'll be glad to do that.
Where did I get my tag?
Humane Society?
You want to give your check to the Humane Society?
I can do that. You look beautiful tonight, Martha. My goodness, you look good. Doesn't she? Wonderful. You look beautiful in this moonlight. You want to do that in the trash? Yeah, let's get rid of this. You don't want any more of that, do you, Martha?
I want to get rid of that.
Yeah, let's get rid of that.
Here's where George Casotis was in business.
Right here. Bears.
Been here for years.
Now it's Bear's Deli.
The Republican
like the,
Maybe your eyes are just narrow.
let's see what the sink can do to ground.
Okay.
And we're, oh, Lord in heaven, look at this thing up here. What is this, Dooley?
It's called a helmet with an antennae.
Oh, it's an antennae up there on my
We're in
head.
Chicago and Montreal in on that one.
Pull as wide as you can on the group over here. This is quite a shot. I don't think in the history of Marion you've ever seen anything like this in your life.
I'm the king, and Charlie, what are you, the king?
I don't know.
Boy, that's neat.
I can't wait for that light to pop your
This is
feather,
what I do.
Charlie.
Look at that, Charlie.
Everything will go crazy. Dooley, how hard is it to learn how to do this? You ripped this off in about 10 minutes, all three of these things.
That's right.
How hard?
Not very hard.
Yeah, it'd be hard for me.
You just need, well, no.
It takes talent.
Takes talent.
It takes
but
talent.
Marianne's
easier
got a
part.
scepter.
Is that what that is?
That's a scepter.
Well, that could be.
Yeah, it could be a
I've
scepter.
crowned a lot of people with those. Yeah.
Boy, are you talented, sir.
How long did it take you, Dooley, to learn this?
To learn what?
How to make these things? Balloon
Oh.
shapes and things.
Probably a weekend when I was with Frosty the Clown.
Who?
Frosty the Clown.
Frosty the
one
Clown.
and only.
I
Frosty.
guess.
And
Where's
he
he
sat,
from?
he sat down with us. He is, last I knew, he was in Idaho on a 5-acre ranch out in Idaho. But that's what he talked about while he was at the seminar in Newark. Oh, probably 10, 12, 15 years ago. And he showed us very quickly, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all it really took to learn the basics of the hot dog or the flour,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It's just a basic routine.
This is talent. This
It
makes
is
a lot of
talent.
people
It's very
happy.
creative.
Makes a lot of people happy.
Very creative.
Charlie, it's made you happy. I can see it. Did you just get a look over here?
Scorpion.
Did you just get a look at what I got on my head over here?
That's true. It does look like a scorpion.
Boy, oh boy. Now, Martha, we looked at the video there of the Popcorn Festival. What kind of fun did you have that night going around at the festival?
Well, I tell you, that was the highlight of the Popcorn Festival, except when I was Grand Marshal for the 31st Popcorn Parade. I can't beat that, Scott.
It was a wonderful time, and I hope everybody enjoyed that
You
video.
and Sean came to my house and took me to the Popcorn Festival. I got to hear my great niece, Carrie Ann Wood, sing. Guess what her name of her band was? Good Trouble. And you ought to hear her sing. Gorgeous singer.
She can bat out a tune like nobody's business, that's for sure.
Beautiful girl. She had real long hair, pretty. She's her daughter. She's the daughter of Larry and Pat Wood.
Martha, one thing I want to do here, because we haven't never done it off air, you did it for us earlier on, off the air, but I want you to do it on air. We discovered that you studied vocals when you
Yes.
were, what years was it?
Mrs. Moore, when I was in 7th grade.
And you invented a song for your dance studio in 1972, right? 62.
62.
60. You wrote this yourself.
Yep.
We just discovered this a few weeks ago that Martha, I never heard this before. I think it's a catchy tune. Now zoom in on Martha. Martha's going to sing it here, right here on the exchange. There you go.
Ready?
Zoom in. Martha, go ahead.
Dorothy can sing it with me.
Dorothy,
Will you help
okay.
me?
Go ahead, Martha.
We are the kids from Martha Dow. She hears so much about. The people stop and stare at us whenever we go out. We're noted for our dancing and the many things we do. Most everybody likes us and we hope you like us too. I do. As we go dancing and the music starts to play. Hooray, rock! You can see us dancing. Martha Dowse is here to stay. Hooray, rock!
I love it. That's a wonderful tune, Martha. Came from a brilliant mind. How much time left in this episode? We got, okay, we're going to, the mysterious 10 from the background. We're going to do a current event today, as strange as it'll seem. We're going to keep it as light as possible. And this is as light as you're going to get. When Chaz Bono was announced as the newest cast member on the 13th season of Dancing with the Stars, he became the immediate target of those who said a transgender person should not be on the show. Some said Bono couldn't dance or asked which gender his dance partner would be, ended up being a woman. Others said they would boycott watching ABC. Fox News ran a story that pled to parents, this is what Fox News said, don't let your kids watch Chaz Bono. Charlie, what do you make of that?
I think they should have teamed him up with that other crazy nut on, what's it, you know.
What is that, Charlie? Was that some kind of Hawaiian dance? What was that you just
that
did?
other guy, I don't know, the whole thing is kind of goofy. But, boy, you can't say much, you know, against anything like that, or, boy, you'll hear from people all over.
Mary Ann, your feelings on Chaz Bono?
Well, I think it's a personal choice, and I think, you know, I don't like self-righteousness on the part of people. You know, let other people live the way they want to live. And you know, that's a choice that this person made. And I'm certainly not going to judge it.
What do you think of Fox running the story, don't let your kids watch Chaz Bono? People have said this person can't, I don't know that any of them could dance, any of the stars who've been on there, but that he can't dance and shouldn't be on there. Do you really think this is going to...
What gives them the privilege of saying that? I mean, who are they? I mean, are they some higher power that... you know, I just think, you know, let people live the way they want to live. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, then it's that person's business. And to judge, to me, is being self-righteous. I'm sorry. I don't like that.
Charlie, what do you make of... do you think it's going to affect people?
Oh, I doubt it. Not nowadays. No, it would have 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but not anymore. Anything goes, and you know, that's it.
I want to get into another one real quick, because this was I don't think it's a big deal, and if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. This was a big whopping thing that happened a couple weeks ago, and I just felt the need to talk about it for this purpose. In an interesting moment from Monday, September 12th's Republican debate, CNN moderator Wolf Blitzer's hypothetical question about whether an uninsured 30-year-old working man in a coma should be treated prompted one of the most boisterous moments of audience participation in the CNN Tea Party Express. This is what they said. This is what Wolf says. This is what Ron Paul said to the question. What he should do is whatever he wants to do and assume responsibility for himself, Paul responded, adding, that's what freedom is all about, taking your own risk. The whole idea that you have to compare and take care of everybody. The audience erupted into cheers, cutting off the congressman's sentence. After a pause, Blitzer followed up by asking, Congressman, are you saying society should just let him die? To which the audience erupted into shouts of, yeah. Well, Mary Ann, that's big.
Well, that's just like when Perry said, I mean, how many, 200, and I think, no, 300 and some people were killed, prisoners were killed, and everybody cheered. I mean, you know, sure, they were criminals, but to cheer that all those people died, I don't know. I just don't understand that. I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
Of course, I don't believe in that, you know, killing people when they're... I think they should spend the time in prison. If they're guilty, they should be spend their whole life in prison.
It's
rather than, you know.
Well, it's my understanding the way, though, this one reads. This is a little... You know what? People are going to argue about the death penalty forever. So I don't agree with the crowd erupting, but I guess that happens. This one I'm totally confused about. This is an American citizen, they're saying, is in a coma. Should they be treated? And the quote from Wolf Blitzer was, Congressman, are you saying that society should just let him die? And the crowd screams, yeah. What is that?
I don't understand it.
Charlie, what in the world?
Where was this crowd?
This was the CNN Tea Party debate. I believe this took place in, where did that take place? I'm not sure. But I can't remember. But I know they had parties set up all over, and one was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And by the way, the statistics are interesting. 16.3% of the population is uninsured. That's about 50.9 million people. What do you think of that, Charlie?
That's that's bad. But the younger generation thinks a little bit differently than those of us with some years on us, and it's hard to judge them because we know what it was like when we were younger, and I don't know. I once, bicycling across Ohio, stopped in Coshocton, Ohio. We stayed at a motel there, and it was the night of the prom. And here were all these boys and girls. Their parents were taking them to motel rooms to spend the night. And I started to say something about that, and somebody with me said, Evers, it's 1999 or something like that. And so I'm to expect things like that. And that happens.
Terrible.
We were in the same week we were in Circleville, and that motel there was divided in half. Kids, after the prom, stayed there, boys and girls, all night long, and were drunk and
Oh, no.
half naked.
You know, Charlie, I have come to realize, living in America, that people are going to argue about abortion. People are going to argue about the death penalty. People are going to argue about taxation. People are going to argue Republican, Democrat. I never thought I would live to hear the day when Americans would yell out in a mob mentality, yeah, just let somebody die.
Yeah.
A fellow American.
Well,
This is not even a foreign...
What about the minister just recently? I can't think of his name.
Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, what he just said.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
It's all right to divorce a person, your spouse who has Alzheimer's.
And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. That's very interesting. But what in the world... I guess what I'm saying is Pat Robertson, even when he said his thing, and we're going to talk about exactly what he said tomorrow, you know, people can disagree with Pat Robertson. People can disagree with me. People can disagree with you. The crowd, unprompted, says, yeah, let him die.
Yeah.
What drives
Sounds
that?
like the Colosseum years back in ancient Rome when they asked them to crucify him or the lion to get the lions.
Well, if the Tea Party wants to know why they get a bad name, right, there's a good example. That's why people get angry with them. Charlie, am I wrong on this?
Were they a Tea?
This was a Tea Party debate.
I think he thought they were young people.
No, this was a Tea Party
that's-
debate.
yeah.